literally to quote Matt Chapman, this is the exact quote, and in quotation marks, it says, "I want to continue to be here." Which, as like, if I was Ross Atkins in Chicago, I'd be like, hello everybody, welcome back to the 450 Dead Center baseball channel here with Chris here with Daniel.
Hey guys.
Hey, Daniel's got good quality camera today, let's go.
Yes, we're trying to figure out as well. I wore a hat for that one person that said I had bedhead. Appreciate that, definitely.
Yeah, and
but
that's so funny. If you guys are new here and you like baseball content, or if you're not new here and you like baseball content, hit that like button, subscribe. We're almost at 1,000. That'll be really cool. That's the plan, to get there by like opening day. Maybe we can get there, maybe not, who knows. But you know, if we could, that would be great.
If not, both our birthdays are in May, so it would be a great birthday gift if we can get it by then.
That's right, that's right. So
right?
Today, there was somewhat sort of breaking news, kind of slow news, not time right now because, you know, it's just around beginning of spring training and, you know, nobody's really signing deals or whatever. But speaking of deals, Matt Chapman has said that he wants to stay in Toronto. And I'm like, heck yeah, that's like the best news ever because I love Matty C.
Is that your nickname for him, Matty C?
Yeah, I thought of that like right now. I thought it'd be really, really cool, but maybe not.
That sounds like some like grade 12 high school nickname. But
he's Matty C. Let's go.
Hey, if you can get the commentators to say that I'm on board with that, I think it'd be hilarious. But yeah, Chapman saying that he wants to stay in Toronto, I think is huge, especially for the Jays.
Yeah,
because you don't hear a lot of players saying they want to stay in Toronto.
Well, you sort of do after they come here and like actually live in Toronto for a bit, but normally players are like, I don't want to come to Toronto, and then they're like, actually, wait a minute, it's nice here, and then they sign. So
yeah, I agree. I think the hardest part with Toronto is getting free agents here, or not even free agents, just getting players here, right? Because obviously it's a whole nother country, right? It's different.
Yeah, different taxes, different money laws, whatever the hell.
Exactly. Even though it has the exact same weather as Detroit or Buffalo,
or New York,
or New York, really.
Yeah.
But once they come here, they really do like it. And the one person I remember saying it is, oh my god, why am I blanking? Who did Gosman talk to when he was signing here? Who was his old teammate? I can't remember.
Gosman, his old Baltimore teammate? Oh, Stripling.
Maybe it was
Stripling?
Maybe a Stripling. I don't know. He talked to someone when he signed here and said it was really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
I know Edwin's Encarnacion's been a big advocate for people who have talked to him, right? So
yeah. And if you want to take a look at a more recent example of a player who did that, literally Jose Barrios. You know, when he got traded here, He's like, oh, I'm going to get traded, test the free agency market in 2 years. That same offseason, this guy signs a 7-year extension after playing 2 months with the Jays. So
yeah, that's a great... I totally forgot about Barrios, not going to lie. But that is a great, like, comparison, Chris. And, I mean, now with Chapman, I think he'll get maybe 7 years, too. I feel like he'll almost get a similar deal to Barrios. I don't know if you have that same take.
I was thinking more like 5, because I think he's like, what, 28, 29 years old now? Maybe 30. So, like, by then it'll take him to, like, 35, 36, 37, depending how long it'll be. And then he'll probably, like, maybe enter free agency again as, like, an older man.
Hold up how old Chapman is.
Yeah, I think he's, like, just entering his prime now. So, yeah, if we can lock this guy up for, like, 5+ years, I would be completely content with that. And plus, then you literally have like one of, if not the best defensive third basemen in the league, just on the hot corner for years and years. You don't have to worry about that position. And just say you do get like a good third base prospect coming up from the minors, you can maybe transfer him over to second, maybe shortstop, maybe make him an outfielder, maybe make him a first baseman. So if you have Chapman at third base, you're solid. You're just solid for years.
I just looked up. Chapman will be 30 by the end of April.
So 5 years.
I mean, 5 years. Yeah. I think 5 years really, really good. Sorry, I thought he was a little bit younger. I thought he was 27 for some reason.
I think we traded for him when he was last year was 29, so I guess he was 29. Yeah. So
I thought he was 27 for whatever reason. But yeah, 35 years I think is really, really fair for both teams. And like you said, Chapman, he's not going to bring you the, slugging numbers that most third basemen do now. Example like Arenado, Machado, Devers, just to name a couple, right?
He still hits dingers, though. Like, he's not...
I was going to say, his bat is very, very good. It's above average bat, and his defense is elite.
Mm-hmm.
Like, arguably the best defender in all of baseball.
It is. I mean, Buddy's got 2 platinum gloves. Like him and Arenado, probably the two
Yeah.
best, I would have to
No,
say.
I'm not even talking
But
about just at third base. I mean overall in
yeah,
baseball, right?
no,
He
for
is,
sure.
arguably the best defender. So having that, like you said, at third base, locking that down for 5 years, especially when this team's going to be competitive for 5 years,
Hmm.
hopefully.
I assume
I
so.
think it's a great move.
It has to be a good move. And like we were saying before, that just keeps third base on lock. It's a very important position, and it makes those ground ball pitchers that we have. I know we got Ryu for like one more year, but if Ryu comes back and actually pitches well, and he's a ground ball guy, like having a guy like Matt Chapman there just makes Ryu's numbers better because he's gonna block everything there.
Not even like Ryu, like Gosman too. His splitter is a
Hmm.
ground ball pitch, right?
Exactly.
Same with Barrios is a contact pitcher. As much as he strikes guys out, right when he's on, he still is a contact pitcher. Chris
Right.
Bassett that we just signed for 3 years is a contact pitcher.
Yeah, I
So
believe who's the
having these
only
contact pitchers, you need to have good defense.
you do, and I mean even Manoa, like he's not a high strikeout guy.
Yeah.
Like he just gets out, and sure he gets some like sometimes he'll get in like an 11K game, but sometimes he'll have like 5 or 6Ks, which is still a lot. But that means like 21 of those outs or whatever are like either fly balls or ground balls. So you need a good defensive players out there to just make all the plays.
And like having a long-term third baseman that's an elite defender plus has average, I'll say average batting because
Hmm.
sometimes he's great, sometimes he's average. We'll say
Yeah, for
that.
sure.
Um, I don't remember the last time the Jays had this. Like
Donaldson?
you can make, but Donaldson wasn't here for long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Donaldson was only here for about 2 or 3 years, maybe 4.
Yeah, I mean, for only two
Right?
of them, he was actually healthy. So
Exactly. So like before that, like I can't think of a third baseman that we had that was like this. I think you have to go all the way back to the 90s when you got to look at like Kelly Gruber and like that age of the Blue Jays. The other one I can think of off the top of my head is like Scott Rowland, but he wasn't here for long either.
he was here for like what 1 year, I think, maybe
Something
two.
like that. Yeah.
I mean, he was great.
So
Don't get me wrong, but he's not there for an extended period of time. Like, and we see a lot of like third basemen now signing big long-term contracts. Same with shortstops. Like Arenado, I think he opted in to that Cardinals contract, so he's going to be there for like 10 years. Devers
yeah,
signed an
and there's
extension. And all
rumors
those
that
other guys.
Machado's going to opt out, right, to try to get more money because of how much money's in the free agent pool. So I think if you can, like, my honest opinion, if you let Chapman go to free agency, I think he walks. I think he's just going to get more money elsewhere just because of how much money's they're spending,
It's
right?
true.
But
But
if you can extend him here and he's happy, I mean, you can get him for a pretty good price, pretty fair deal, and I think it'll help both parties.
yeah, and like literally to quote Matt Chapman, this was the exact quote, and in quotation marks it says, "I want to continue to be here." Which, as like, if I was Ross Atkins at Shapiro, I'll be like, "All right, bro, you make the terms of this contract, and you tell us how much we want." And I'll say maybe too much, maybe too little. We'll see. But I would throw him the money right now just because I want Matt Chapman on this team. I don't want him thinking all year that I actually have to play really, really good. Maybe the Jays don't want me anymore. Maybe maybe if I play better, they'll want me. But now, just if he wants to be here, give him the money and keep him on this team because he's so good.
With that being said, what would you offer him? Like, what if you were Chapman, or not? If it was the other way, if Chapman said, like, I want to be here, what are you offering me? If you're Atkins and Shapiro, what's your offer to them?
I'd give him 5 years, $120 million.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think 5 years after we talked is probably right where he's roughly going to get. I think maybe 150 is closer to what he's
Yeah,
going
that's
to get.
fair. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be some
So
negotiating. Maybe like 120 is like a good starting like number.
it could
20 million
always
a
be
year. So
120 with incentives, right? That bring it up to 150. That's very popular lately, especially with the Chad Green deal that they just did, right? There's a possibility of him getting incentives all the way up to I think like 12 million.
yeah,
Um,
and I feel like the Jays would start maybe with like a 5 year, 100 mil. Like just 20 straight mil a year. But that can amp up. Maybe if he like wins a platinum glove, wins a gold glove or whatever, there's incentives to make him play better. And maybe if he hits 30 plus bombs, there's more incentives bumping up to maybe like 25 mil a year. Who knows?
I mean, I think we've established throughout this podcast that this is going to be a very, very big season for Chapman one of two ways. He's either going to have a prove me type season, or he's going to get the offer and then going to have to ball out to make everyone show that he's worth that offer, right? Not like
Exactly.
what happened with Barrios. Because if it happens with Barrios, or sorry, if it happens, what happens to Barrios last year, that's not a good look at all for the Jays.
Not a good look at all, especially the last two big extensions. If like he sucks and then Barrios sucks again, we're just sort of wasting money at that point.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they both can pull it back. I'm excited for it. I know Chris is hyped for the season. I think starting I mean, by the time you guys see this, I'm pretty sure Saturday, Sunday coming up, there's the spring training games start, if I'm not
They do.
mistaken.
I believe we're in
Right?
Pittsburgh or we're home against Pittsburgh. I know it's against
They're
Pittsburgh.
both on TV, so I'm very excited to watch them. I know Chris is. Hope
Hmm.
everyone else is too. Let us know what you guys think down below about what you think Chapman should get, because I'm very excited to see what people's deals are, Chris.
Oh, for sure. I want to know, like, do you guys think he's worth 200 million? Personally, no, I don't think so. But maybe you guys might not even think he's worth 100 million. So yeah, let us know
And
in the
for those
comment
people
section.
that don't want Chapman at all, I would love to hear your reason why, because I just can't see a world why you wouldn't want this guy on your team.
There's literally no reason. Like, unless Arenado's on the table or like Machado or
Yeah.
like a 25-year-old Rafael Devers. Like, that's the only reason I wouldn't take him.
Yeah, I know. So, I mean, with that being said, guys, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button down below, and get ready for some more Blue Jays content as we head into the season, and we'll see you guys all next time. Goodbye.